In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Success, successful life, successful family life, successful career, being a success in the profession, that's very important. Why? Because we spend the whole of the day, almost all the day, for the whole of the year at our workplace. We want to earn money from there, and this money will provide the fuel to whatever we want to do in the life, all our needs, our desires. So, being a successful person at the workplace, maybe that is one of the essential items in the life. And if it is that much important and essential, so why not to take it seriously? People are taking it seriously, very seriously. And although everyone else is not equally successful in that life, everyone else is not a successful person in that life, although we have a dire need to be one, we are going to discuss and debate upon it how to be a successful person at our workplace. That's very important. And our discussion will be, incomplete if at all we don't include the opinion of an expert. It will not be complete at all. So we have taken an article, a beautiful, a very effective and useful article on the subject, which has been authored by Bernard Marr. Bernard Marr. Very important article he has written. And the caption of the article is 10 essential tips. 10 essential tips for successful for for success for succeeding in tomorrow's workplace. 10 essential tips for succeeding in tomorrow's workplace, because the workplace is getting more and more competitive, so we need to become more and more competitive as well. Otherwise, it's not going to work at all. So then there are 10 essential tips we are going to talk about. You know, each one of these is important, each one of these is essential. Let's look upon all those one by one. First of all, Bernard Marr says, be open minded. Be open minded. Is it important to be an open minded person? Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. Why? Why do I call it very important? Because if at all, open minded means that be ready to accept the new things, be ready to accept the fault of the things we are already having, already we are practicing, and be ready for the new things. That's being open minded. you know don't either practice something blindly or oppose something blindly at all. Be open minded, first of all. Number one. Number two, Bernard Marr says, learn to unlearn. Learn to unlearn. How important it is. Learn to unlearn mean, you know, that there are several things which we have learned, adopted, we are practicing, but these are harmful and bad, not good at all. So we need to change. We need to we need to eradicate those habits and attitudes out of our routine practice, and that is how we can learn to unlearn. Number three, Bernard Marr says, keep up with latest trends in your field. Keep up with latest trends in your field. If at all there is no innovation actually it has been done by someone else. But at least we need to follow, we need to adopt. Otherwise, we will be left behind, far behind. Okay. Number four, try implementing small change. Change is very important to improve, and major changes obviously every time it cannot be done, but small changes every time it can be done. So, for that reason, don't forget the importance of the small changes. Okay, and here The learned author says, try implementing a small change. Okay. Then it is number five, you know, ask plenty of what if questions. Ask plenty of what if questions. Okay. What is that? Plenty of what if questions. You know, dear friends, what if I do this thing? What if I don't do that thing? Mean, what will be the result and the consequences? What if at all there will be any sort of improvement or regress? So that is actually being very curious, and be curious. If I bring this small change, if at all bring that small change, what is will be the result upon my career, upon my workplace, upon my performance at the workplace. Okay. And then it is the number six, step outside your comfort zone. Very, very important. Every one out of these tips is very important. Step out of your comfort zone. It is the comfort zone which does not allow us, to be more productive. Mean, being a routinist person. What is the comfort zone? Being a routinist person, and not, changing whatever we are more familiar with, whatever we are more happier with. So try, step outside your comfort zone. And then it is number seven, accept that trying new things may lead to failure. I mean, every new thing we are going to try might not yield good positive results. Some of these will not be good at all. But because, we are not very sure. So for that reason, we do have to try. If at all, we try 10 things, maybe 3 or 4 will be very good one, and we will like to retain and practice it for forever. And while another few things might be counterproductive, and we don't have to repeat it again at all. So that is, you know, accept that trying new things may lead to failure. Number 8, Bernard Marr says that notice the small changes going on around you. Mean, in your profession, in your field. Notice this, and otherwise as well, small or big changes. Notice the changes, notice the small changes around you. As for the big changes are concerned, obviously it will make us feel, and we will never be able to ignore it at all. But as for the small changes are concerned, usually these are overlooked. We don't need to overlook it at all. Rather, we need to pay proper attention to it. Okay. Number nine. Number nine, don't freak out when things change suddenly in your life. Don't freak out when things change suddenly in your life. Mean, don't lose your senses. Obviously, there will be pleasant, very exciting, very, very depressive and troublesome things happening in the life. It does happen, it is a part of the life. So don't freak out. Don't, lose your senses at all. Maintain your composure. Be patient, maintain your composure. The last thing is practice optimism. Practice optimism. Again, like every other, it is equally or even much more important. Optimism is the, number one thing if at all we want to live a good life, if at all we want to succeed anywhere else at all. Optimism is more important than anything else. Optimism is the base of every improvement. Optimism is the base of every good life and every success in our professional and career at our workplace. So these are the very beautiful, very important. I found it really impressive. I think each one of them is very important. Not only that our workplace will improve a lot, rather the whole of our life will improve a lot if at all we have decided to practice each and every one out of these 10 essential tips. Thank you. Jazakallah.